Hello everybody. I figured I'd give you this Turbo 400 update. I was planning on showing you more, but FedEx is dragging their feet and I don't have my front seal or my rear seal yet. I do have a new gasket kit and I went ahead and put in the new modulator. This is the old one. And I was thinking maybe I hit that, but I think it's been bent for a long time. But here's this one versus the one I replaced it with. Now this is an adjustable. Adjust pressures and shift point, stuff like that a little bit. But I went to take the retaining flap off, strap, this part off of this one, and when I touched it, it broke. So I put a washer against it and ground it up, ground it down, put a washer against it, and then welded it. Pushed that in all the way and tightened it. Now I still have to find a dipstick. When you're missing a little bit of one, you can't, Alright, so that's lined up. The 400's wider, but I believe that'll work. Alright, so I found the dipstick that's the right length. Hunted an O-ring for the dipstick tube. Couldn't find one. The one that was on it was still on it. I wiped it off and put it back down in there. When this ends up leaking, I'll fix it. But it won't leak bad enough for me not to be able to find out if everything else is okay. So the plan is fix the bolt holes up here, then clean it, put the gasket and filter kit in it, and rear and front seal. And now my idea, a lot of people don't understand why. It's really simple to understand why. I am not putting a 396 in that car right now. Now, I would love to later on, but I have a few good 4.3s that are fuel injected. That one is perfectly fine. The engine in that truck runs fine. There's a rusty S10 up there that runs fine. So I can put a 4.3 in it. And because the 4.3 is shorter where the motor mounts are than a 350 and a 396 or any of them, I'm going to have to make mounts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make mounts off the side of the engine to bolt up to the original location for a big block. And I'm going to locate the engine based off of where this transmission puts the back of the engine, where it would have been in that car. I have the drive shaft that was in that car the night that it was wrecked, and it's fine. Yoke's fine, drive shaft's fine. So I'm going to use the drive shaft Dad had made for it, this transmission, and a 4.3. It doesn't have to be exactly right. Eventually I'd put a big block in it. But, now this is the confusing part. It's going to confuse a lot of people. This 400 is getting ran because it did work. And if it still does work, then I'm running the Turbo 400 until something happens to it. I'm not going to have it rebuilt if something happens to it. But if it works, I'll run it until something happens to it. And when something happens to it, I have 2 spare wide ratio Muncie 4-speeds. And I wouldn't have a single problem putting that car back 4-speed. It was originally a 4-speed car anyway. I'm doing like Dad did in a way, but with a V6. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye.